Okay, Shalom. This is Rob Lamar for the Nebraska camp. First off, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, who in the world ignorant called God and Jesus Christ. Want to say blessings and salutations. Barak Atah to you Akim, out there teaching work and truth, teaching, doing the work in truth and sincerity, and double honor to apostles / elders, which are GMS. In today's lesson, I really it's not dealing with too much of the elect or anything, but just how a certain sect of Israelites think, and really Americans think, because this is a selfish ass society and a bunch of ignorant ass niggas and demons. Okay, and the Most High, in this chapter, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, went in on the ass, and I just wanted to bring it out because it's can't say it's eye opening. It's definitely eye opening if you haven't seen it before, but it gives a lot of understanding when you're walking about this the earth in this time. You will see this reflects like a like a mirror, when it comes to this. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 13 verse 1. Okay, it says, surely vain are all men by nature. What does vain means? Empty. Why are all men vain by nature? Because your body wants certain things. Okay, you want to eat. You want clothes and things. That's an empty thing, because that at a point that doesn't produce anything. Really reproduction is a thing that's not that could be considered not vain, but wanting cars, wanting a big TV, wanting the best car, men are vain by nature. It says who are ignorant of the Most High. Okay, because the main people who are vain by nature are people who are ignorant of the Most High. Unlike main society, people use ignorant for being a bad person. Ignorant means to not know. Okay, so who are ignorant of the Most High and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the work master. That is what's going on in the society to this day. Everybody has a scientific explanation for why things happen. And when I say everybody, I'm talking about whoever shoes this fills. Okay, everybody has a scientific explanation on why things are happening. That's why the Most High said be occupied in the times. Because then, because if you're considering the works, you acknowledge what the workmaster is telling you. Okay, like when the Most High had New Orleans destroyed by Hurricane Katrina on a Decadence Festival, which is a gay parade, but then you have people still in church being homosexual, saying it's all about love and God is love, but you don't see how the Most High is reacting in this time, not only in this time, but also in the time of the ancients. Okay, let's move along. It says, but deem either fire or wind or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven to be gods which govern the world. And these are just plain bugged out jakes, dealing with the zodiac sign. I'm a Libra, I'm a Virgo, and all this, and act like that determines your character. It's a spirit that the Most High put in you. Okay, being dismayed at the signs of heaven, so to speak. We talking about nuclear missiles when we're talking about that in Revelations, but they get like fire, swift air, just different elements that they consider basically nature as God, or what happens or what they do as God, and don't want to consider the being himself. Okay, with whose beauty, if they being delighted took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is. Because Slacky, I'm about to jump the gun. For the first author of beauty have created them. So everybody want to be all nature, lovey, seeing how, like he told Ezra, how dare, basically, how dare you think you can love your creature, love the creature more than I. Okay, when Ezra questioned the path of the Most High's judgment. Okay, you see how beautiful people are, and then you can't see why the Most High believes homosexuals should be put to death because you're not using it right, man. Just like hopping in a Ferrari and don't even acknowledge speed bumps, potholes, or anything of that nature. You're just running it through the ground, man. Okay, and acting like, oh man, I'm enjoying this car. No, you're fucking it up, man. It's not. That's not what it's made for, to be torn up. Just like us as the beauty of us as human beings, as whom the Most High created, man. Okay, people like to question, oh, it's all about them. So basically, people are insinuating to let people do what they do. The scripture says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom he shall be good." Look at the world on how people are treating each other, man. Unjust, biased, wicked. Okay, always trying to get over on each other. Very selfish, man. Okay. Moving along, it says, "But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them." Okay, and if you see something beautiful, that automatically shows you how beautiful the Most High is, man, because He created it. He deemed that beauty. Okay, when you can look on a horizon and or sit there and go into the desert or go into a forest or just flying over a certain landscape or seeing people doing things, and you want to get all into people or get all into the land instead of giving glory to the person who created all this beauty. Okay, it says, "For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures proportionally the maker of them is seen." Okay, because you gotta understand, this is the Most High considered this to be a beautiful thing. Whatever you see that's beautiful, even when the feeling of having a child and you looking at your child, the Most High created that feeling, that situation, which you think is very beautiful, which majority of people think is beautiful. Like it says in the scriptures, a man that have joy of his own children. For the Most High to say a child and a parent will see that as beauty, and for him to understand as beauty, shows how great his knowledge and his power is. Okay, but yet for this they are less they are the less to be blamed, for they pre-adventure seeking the Most High and desires to find him. So it's like that's what everybody's looking for peace. Everybody's looking for relaxation. So that's why when they want to have kids or they want to be this free spirited as hippie type shit, or they all are looking for that peace. But there are some men that are doing it for filthy lucre's sake. But we're talking about the generic people who, oh, I don't want to believe in the scriptures because it's all hate, or I want to believe in this way because it's all hate, or ignorance is bliss, so to speak. Okay. Verse 7 says, "For being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen." So basically, you don't get caught up in what you see. You got to understand why it is. Okay, get knowledge with all that get understanding, right? Okay, howbeit neither are they to be pardoned. So the same people that look at are carnal, looking at the sight on things that they see, and think that's the Most High, or think that's what it's all about. They basically, the Most High is saying that see, they're less to be blamed, but they're not pardoned. Okay, for if they were able to know so much, you want to go into how beautiful dogs are and all these animals and all this and that. If they were able to so much, they could aim at the world. How did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? At the end of the day, if you're looking at a waterfall, you're like, man, I don't believe in the Bible when the waterfall is way more beautiful than Leviticus. Look, man, somebody made that waterfall, man. You look at the people and say, well, I don't want to believe in the Bible because it talks about killing homosexuals, or it basically put a burden on the people to not let them not be beautiful. You got to look at who created people, man. Okay, you just being ignorant, man. That means to not know. You just don't want to know. You just want to be selfish and enjoy what you see being carnal. Okay. But miserable are they? Okay, they're very. These are people that are very miserable. You know. Uh, and in dead things there is their and in dead things is their hope, who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to shew art in resemblance of beast or a stone, good for nothing, the works of an ancient hand. Now a carpenter that filleth timber, after he hath sawn down a tree, meet for the purpose, and taken off all the bark skillfully round about, and have wrought it handsomely, and made a vessel thereof fit for the service of a man's life, and after spending the refuse of his work to uh, dress his meat, have filled himself, and taken the very refuse among those which serve to not use, being a crooked piece of wood, and skillful and full of knots, have carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of a man, or made it like some vile beast, laying it over with a vermilion, uh, and with paint colored it red, and covering every spot therein. And when he had made a convenient room for it, set it in a wall, and made it fast with iron. So the Most High replies from nature, all these elements, to a person idolizing something. Okay, and that's what's being explained now. Okay, for he provided for it that it might not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself. For it is an image, and need help, and have need of help. So basically, people are giving respect to something that is vain. Okay, even people, because he said in the beginning, what? Surely, vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and cannot out of good things that are seen know him that is. Okay, so you'll sit there and then make all these things, make all these idols, and people worship them because of how it looks or how it makes them feel, and not acknowledge that there's something higher that exists. Like people want to be all at the Green Day and all this other shit, and but you can't acknowledge that there's a higher spirit, because the bulk of them type of people are atheists. Okay, or you kissing a cross or a rosary, and not uh giving respect to somebody who created the person that had the idea of making plastic or silver or metal to make that rosary look the way it looked. Okay, for he provided, so like it so like verse 17, then maketh he prayer for his goods, for his wife and children, and is not ashamed to speak to that which hath no life. For he have called upon that which is weak, for life prayeth to that which is dead. Okay, basically wasting your time on these idols, man. If it's a statue, the sweet baby Jesus that's sitting on your wall, um, the Nile River, all this other bullshit, these false gods, basically. Okay, it says, for life prayeth to that which is for life prayeth that for that which is dead, for aid humbly beseeching that which hath least means to help, for a good journey he asketh that which cannot set a foot forward, and for gaining and getting, and for good success of his hands asketh ability to do of him that is not that is most unable to do anything. Okay, so basically, niggas like I mentioned the Nile, niggas trying to go the Nile Valley movement. The Nile made Egypt great. The Nile ain't gonna hop out and fucking take down a so-called white man. While you're in slavery. Okay, neither is your rosary, neither is a cross. It is that thing. These things are what it is. Okay, only person that can do that is the Most High. Even us, man. Okay, because the Most High has to put the spirit on us to react a certain way. And basically, what I'm trying to allude to is that people are acknowledging the flesh, or acknowledging things that they see. That's, such as the way the so-called white man thinks. and not the person that created all things, you know. And that's the key to salvation is acknowledging the Most High and the Son in the right manner, acknowledging the name, acknowledging the way he carried himself, acknowledging what he deems right and wrong, okay, and staying disciplined and doing what he tells you to do, okay. People always want to give glory to something that they can control. That's all it is, man. I want to get a quick precept. And in the Wisdom of Solomon 14 verse 7, it says, "Blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh." Okay, because in this chapter, okay, it talks about, a boat. In verse 1, it says, again, one preparing himself to sail about to pass through the raging waves calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him. For verily, desire of gain deviseth that, and the workman built it by a skill. So if that boat get your ass across that river, it says, "Blessed is the wood wherein by righteousness cometh." So basically, thank the Most High that fucking raggedy ass boat got you across that river. Okay? Blessed is that vessel that righteousness cometh. Blessed is things that help you get to where you go. Don't kiss your rosary and hope you can make it to work in that car. Thank the Most High that he provides you with a car to get your ass to work, type of thing, man. Okay? But people, like I said, people don't want to give honor to something they can't control. Okay? Such as Nate. He can't control your Howard shot, man. Okay? But at a point, you think you can control the word. So he uses the word. He gives honor to the word and himself. Okay? Just as much as other people on any part of planet Earth, man. You get your little cross or your rosary or your ankh, and when you get tired of it, you can put it off to the side. You can throw it away. You can get another one. You want to give honor to something you want to control. You can control, but you can't control the Most High and the Son. So therefore, people act like they don't see him. Okay, so that's pretty much all I want to get into. Hopefully, y'all brothers were edified. And once again, I want to say call halal to Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai, double onside apostle / elders, which are GMS, and blessed salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.